Hi, this is Mark with an update for the 7th of June. Not much going on for me at the moment in terms of Forex trading. I've had a few members saying, well, why aren't you trying to pick tops and why don't you trade intraday? But my strategy is simply based on trading with the trend and looking for pullbacks. And at the moment, for example, Euro USD, yes, I would be interested at 4,500. Now it's starting to pull through and pull out. You would perhaps look for a pullback here tomorrow for a long, but then again 78.6 is just above. We've got the European interest rate news and the pound coming out in the next few days, so it's all very messy. Equally, the euro pound, I would be interested. I'd be looking around 90. I was really wanting a pullback down here. The pound dollar, once again, almost got down to 163.00 yesterday, which is an intraday move. I would be interested. I really wanted a weekly move of 6200, and I will be interested possible shorts again up at this weekly 200. But in general, I'm just watching and waiting. However, I have explained in recent weeks that I was going to show you about buying gold and silver. Now, I am not an expert in this subject, but I have bought precious metals over the last few years, and I was fortunate enough to get into gold. I was strongly recommended to buy gold. It wasn't my idea at the time, to be honest, but I was strongly recommended to buy into gold at $700 an ounce, and it's currently up today at around $15.30. Options, ways to buy gold. Well, the way I deal with this is my long-term strategy is that I intend to be in precious metals. I actually prefer silver at the moment, and I prefer silver because the price ratio between gold and silver is out of kilter, and silver is actually used in many industrial processes, whereas gold is often just used as a hedge against the collapse of currencies. So at the moment, what I've been looking at though today, I use the Forex charts, I use fundamental information and analysis that I can get from experts in the field, and then I come up with a strategy. And one strategy that I'm going to show you now is simply based on the fact that I'm going to buy over a period of time. And the method I'm going to show you, you can buy a little bit every week, and you don't get hammered on the commission fees for buying small amounts, and it allows you to absorb fluctuations, because gold, for example, was up at 1575 the other week and then pulled all the way back down to 1470. Silver was an even bigger swing, and silver, if you get involved in buying silver, this is money that you need to be able to just put away and forget about it for a while. If you sit here watching this every day, you'll give yourself a heart attack. Now, I was fortunate to buy at $35 an ounce recently, and I was looking for a pullback to 27 earlier in the year, missed it and ended up paying 32. But so I've graded in at 32, 33 as an average price. It went up to virtually 50 at the end of April, and suddenly piled back down to 35. So anybody buying up here near the top will have suffered a potential loss, certainly a paper loss. But long term, if your strategy is that you want to be into silver, then yes, that's your strategy, that's how you deal with it. Certainly you wouldn't want to be buying at the tops, and now we're in a pullback. Now it could pull back further. It's already pulled back once to this weekly trend line, which I missed the other week and was annoyed about. It's now looking as though it may start to pull down, and gold chart I was just showing you here looks as though it may be rolling over, and a reversal pin bar candle yesterday. And also have a look at the Aussie dollar. Well, the Aussie dollar is closely tied to gold. That's struggling here, but if that breaks, then you expect gold to come down, and therefore you'd expect silver to come down. So I use the analysis from the charts to come up with areas of interest I want to buy the metal. Now, there are a number of ways of buying gold. Obviously, you can buy physical gold, and to do that, one of the best companies out there is this company. This is goldsilver.com, and if you are interested in buying physical metal, and there are people who believe that the world is going to end in chaos and you really should have some doubloons under your bed, then this is one of the best companies. This, in my experience, this is run by a gentleman called Mike Maloney, and Mike Maloney is the gold and silver expert for Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad company. What you can do is Mike Maloney gives some brilliant advice. Certainly if you're interested in buying gold and silver, I highly recommend his book Guide to Investing in Gold and Silver, which is part of the Rich Dad series. Mike, though, does do daily analysis, weekly analysis, suggests when's a good time to buy, when to sell. But he's not just a gold fiend. He's a bullion dealer, and therefore he's interested in selling you gold and silver. But his theory is more to do with timing cycles, i.e. getting into gold and silver at the right time, and getting out at the right time, and then investing in other areas, particularly property. So what you could do, you use your newfound Forex knowledge, you use some fundamental analysis from the likes of Mike Maloney, and I'll put all the links in the article at the end of this post. But one other way, I don't like buying physical gold anymore. It's expensive to keep. I have none in the house. I don't want any in the house. You have to pay tax in the UK if you move silver out of a vault. If you take gold and silver from a vault, then sometimes it's more difficult to prove the quality, etc. So there is an easier way, and particularly if you don't have large amounts of money to get involved with gold and silver, then this is an excellent company. For me, a better way, especially if you have limited funds but you want to get involved in precious metals, then is to use a gold exchange. This is probably the biggest online company. I've had an account with these guys for 5 or 6 years now. This is bullionvault.com. And here you can buy spot price gold and silver. You can buy from $50 worth up to a pallet or a ton of it. And the way that it works is that you buy share in a bar. You can buy the physical bar, but it is actually registered to your name. It's not like a bank where it's called unallocated gold. This is allocated to your name, to your account. These guys are registered with the London Bullion Association. They have got more gold in storage than most small countries, and it's all stored within an independent security firm. And a further advantage is it's very easy to buy, it's very easy to sell, it's cheaper to buy and to sell, it is cheaper than from an insurance point of view, and you're not physically having to move the metals. If, for example, you buy physical metal in London and withdraw it, you have to pay 20% sales tax. If you leave it in the vault, you do not. Another great advantage is if you leave it in the vault and it's registered to your name, then it's easier from a point of view of proving the quality of the metal when you come to sell it. If you physically have it under your bed and you go off to try sell it to a dealer, you've got to have the proof, and they may want to test it, and all that costs money. So there's lots of reasons, but at the end of the day, I'm telling you what I do. I am not an expert. I am not giving you financial advice with this. You need to check this out yourself if you are interested. Here on their site, there's loads of FAQs, and one of the great questions, why is my bullion not stored at a bank? And the basic reason is that bank gold is unallocated, and reading between the lines, you never know, if they go bust, you may lose your gold. So there's lots of reasons anyway, but I'll show you physically how you make a purchase. This is a smaller live account I've got for this, and I've been watching the price of silver today, as I showed you earlier, and I am interested in silver pulling back. Now, at the moment, the way this works, I've limited this to dollars, and I'm only interested in buying silver for reasons I've just told you. At the moment, there are 32 kilos of silver available at $37 a troy ounce, and there are also greater amounts at higher prices. If you're selling, then the best price at the moment is $36.83, so there you've got your spread. Now, I'm watching for this for a pullback. As I showed you on the charts, I think the price of this is going to pull back, and although the price has been going up and down all day on the Forex charts, this is the true price of gold, and there is a little bit extra factored in for allocation and or delivery. But if I want to buy now directly at this moment in time, all I need to do is I click on here and I say, yeah, I accept that offer, and that's the price per kilo, that's how much is available. I'm not investing $38,000 though at the moment. I am looking to invest $1,000. And my strategy is simply this. That's the available amount that's allocated at that price. My strategy is that this account, there is $10,000, $11,000 in here, and I am going to buy over a period of time. And irrespective of whether it piles back up or piles back down, I'm in for the long term, and therefore that's my strategy. And equally, if you've only got a few $100s a month that you can afford to put into gold or silver, if you believe this is a good investment, this to me is a great way of doing it. Now, I don't want to pay this much, and this price here, the price per kilo at the moment is $37 a troy ounce. And it does get a bit complicated, does this, because a troy ounce is not the same as a normal ounce for reasons far too complicated for me to go into. But basically, a kilo, if you divide by troy ounces, the calculation is 32.16, and I want to buy at $36 an ounce. So $36 an ounce times 32.16 means I would like to buy at 11.57, let's say 11.60. So I want to buy at 11.60 a kilo, and they've said that the order value for that, what is available that would be allocated to me, will be $974.40 to make that purchase. So we then have an option here. How do we want to buy? Do we want to buy it as a permanent figure? We want to buy it now. Well, we won't get that price now. Or fill or kill. So we either get the order or it gets cancelled, or to have it so that we can specify a date. So if I say, right, up to this Friday, I want to buy that at that price, click OK. I'm now bid for that amount of gold. My order is confirmed. Once I click this, just to double check, that's the price per kilo I'm wanting to pay. That is the quantity, that is the price that I will be paying, and that order is good until the 10th of June. Confirm, and that order is in the market. It is done, and that's the confirmation that I need now, and I will just need to print that out. Going back to my Forex chart, what I would really like, I've just said I'd buy at 36. What I would really like is price to come down to this trend line. Now, as I said, there is an extra amount that you need to pay because allowing for allocation fees, etc. So let's say I am interested to buy also at $35 an ounce, and then further down here at say $34.30. And all you have to do is, same as I've just shown you now, is to place the order. 35 per kilo gives, 35 per troy ounce gives me a price of $11.25 a kilo. $11.25 a kilo. I want to order $1,000 worth again. So now I can have 999 at 1125. If the market gets down to there, I want to, until the date again, and let's say, right, well, I'm willing for this one, I'm going to go up to the 17th. So okay, that's my order. I want to buy at 1125. That's the confirmation now. Just double check the figures and the maths to make sure we've got it right. Confirm, and the orders are in place. Now, just to show you how easy this is to do a physical trade, I will make a smaller purchase. So if you want to make a purchase now at the current price, so the current price is $37 a troy ounce. I am willing at the moment, I only want to buy $750 worth. That will give me 0.63 of a kilo. I want to make that as an immediate purchase, and I then will click on the buy button. Do I wish to make that? Execute immediately, confirm. Bid completed. My order has been fully matched, and you'll notice now that my purchase has now been dropped off there, and there is now only 0.252 of a kilo left. The commission on the trade is $6, which is 0.8% of the purchase price, and that is extremely low compared to normal physical bullion fees. And again, that's one of the reasons why I do like this method of buying. Anyway, we've now bought $750 worth of silver, and we have orders in should the price come down to where I want it to be. I'll do a little bit of a write-up with this, and if you've got any questions, then just post them in the blog or in the forum.